Alright, Schlage locks. Pretty simple. Well, Schlage lock deadbolts. First, you're going to need this little tool right here to take apart the nut. Don't use this side where it's a little bit open. That's for a different deadbolt. Most will use this one that's a little bit enclosed. So you're going to first do it like a regular screwdriver. Insert it and just start turning left. Okay, that's going to come off, and inside of it there's going to be a little, let me take that out. It's going to be basically these two put together. First goes this. Then goes the little C washer. Then you insert this piece right in here. And that's how you want it to be. Semi. Hold on. Like that. That's perfect. That's if it falls apart. Anyways, next step, take out this little pin, and then inside of it will be a spring. So when you turn it upside down, tap it, there it comes out. Next, insert the original key inside. Then you're gonna get inside the Schlage lock. There's a brass solid piece. You're gonna push it in here and push it. Keep pushing all the way through until it's completely on the other side. Then you're done with this part. The tumbler. Schlages are a little bit more easier. Schlages give you the number. Those numbers are the actual size of the pins, 85655. So it'd be easy, since we don't have too many pins, to tap it out one by one. That first one will be an 8, and you can put it in the pin number 8, and you just keep repeating until it's all done. The last two are 5, so that key is now useless to me. Next key is this one. I already measured it. It's so here's the thing about these keys. Since it's a copy of an original, it's not always perfect. You're gonna take this measurement to actually measure it. Put the first end to the first dip. You're gonna line it up and keep going down until it can't go any further. Keep going until right there. 7. Then you'll do the next one. 7. Then you'll do the next one. See how it's not exactly lined up to where it's supposed to be? So I'm gonna put it closer to, since it's closer to 4, I'm gonna put 4. And the other twos are gonna be the same thing. It's gonna get close to 4, just not exactly at 4. So 7, 7, 4, 4, 4. We're gonna try that. So one thing you can do when you're putting the pins in is take the key, insert the key, and see if it comes out flat. You can feel it if it's flat, and for me it feels flat and it looks flat, as you can see. So the next one is 7. Same thing, good. Next one is 4. That is good. It feels good. Okay, 4. Yep. Next one's 4. So for the Schlages, I gotta remember for you guys, you want the tip, the pointy tip, to be facing down. And that seems perfect. Nothing too deep. All right. Next, do the opposite. you're going to force the tumbler back in. Turn it sideways. Reason I want you to turn it sideways is so it has an easier time the springs don't pop down and it accidentally tries to lock on you. So it feels rough. I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't feel right. So that means something is wrong. So let's take it out. If that's the case, and point 1 might be too low, it needs to be changed. But the problem with this is that since it's a copy of a copy, it's not going to be perfect. So that's the issue. Let's try that. It still feels rough, unfortunately. Otherwise, it feels okay. Let's try the middle one. It needs to be a little, let's try a different one. It feels just a little too rough. But if I put the number 3, it's gonna lock out. 2 things you can do. It's a little bit more beyond than what you should, but you can. First, you identify which pin is the one messing with it. So for me, it's that center one. It's just a little bit too high. You can't see in the video, but I can feel it's a little too high. So for that, you can do 2 things. You can grind it a little bit, get a sandpaper and just grind it a little, or put some graphite on. I'm gonna choose the easier option right now and put some graphite. We should have some inside the Schlage lock or inside the rekey. So graphite powder, you're gonna open it. It is completely just powder. So you're gonna take it, put it in the hole sideways, and then squeeze. I'm not gonna do it here because it's gonna be messy. I'm gonna do it over a trash can. Squeeze it like 2 or 3 times. Now let's try it. Feels a little better. It's just a little rough. It's doable. As long as it doesn't lock. And the pin will eventually wear down. So I'm going to leave it like this. If the customer doesn't like the way it feels, then I'll grind it down. But for the meantime, it's not locking. It's doing its job. It's just you'll feel a little jaggedness, but it's honestly not the biggest issue. So let's put the spring back in first, then the pin. Grab this piece, put it back on here. There we go, perfect. Then put it back on and just keep screwing. Jeez, it's hard to look through a video. There we go. Not too tight. Loosen it. You don't want to make it too tight, then the key will be having difficulty turning too if you turn it too tight. As long as it doesn't lock is what I want. It's not locking, but I can feel it's trying to get a little stuck. So I might put some 3-in-1 oil in just to help it, but honestly, it might need to be grinded down a little. Otherwise, it feels a-okay, and that's how you would normally rekey. Alright.